You know, I gotta say this. I didn't really care about doing Raw reviews much anymore because Raw was really pissing me off. I mean, it still had some decent content on it, but I just didn't want to watch it anymore. Well, not review it more than watch it. I still watch Raw. It's just I didn't want to review it. But after seeing what we have here, I gotta do some type of review because we got some good content. First thing I'm going to talk about is Braun Strowman and what he did with the scaffolding, taking out Brock Lesnar and Kane. Now, here's the thing for me. If this is leading to Braun Strowman getting that title, getting that strap at Royal Rumble, I'm all for this. If this is a repeat of what happened with Brock Lesnar now with 2 people instead of 1, I don't give a damn. I'm really on the fence with this. Because this made Braun Strowman look so strong. But this is what happened the last time with Braun Strowman dealing with Brock Lesnar. Or when it came to, remember Samoa Joe, who just dealt with Rhino, for goodness sake. Why is Samoa Joe dealing with Rhino? And I'm not against Rhino. I like Rhino. But Rhino's here. And Samoa Joe's right here. Why? I know people would say it's a squash match. He's jobbing. But still. He didn't even need to go that down low. He could have been dealing with something else. I think he could have gone after The Miz. And it would have made sense to deal with The Miz or say something to him before he would go and deal with what happened later in the night. That's just how I felt about it. And that just leads me going into The Miz TV segment, which was beautiful. Look, you guys may not always like The Miz. You hate him as a heel. Sometimes you think maybe he might be pushed down your throat a little bit. For me, he doesn't feel that way. He feels like a legitimate main eventer. That's in the mid-card. That should not be in the mid-card. That should be in a freaking main event having the Universal or the WWE Championship. He just has that type of feel. He just does. Admittedly, I'd rather see him not with the Miztourage. It doesn't mean the Miztourage isn't bad. It's been good. But if you really want to see the Miz in his best, the true time when he's in his best is when he's by himself and he's truly heelish, truly evil. And he doesn't need anybody there. He just destroys everybody. And I know a lot of people say, you've never seen The Miz do that. Yes, you have. The Miz has gone by himself as a heel, by himself, and just defeated whoever he needed to with sheer will. Now, I'm talking about face Miz. I'm talking about heel Miz. Yeah, he had some sidekicks by the side, like Alex Riley and now the Miztourage and Big Show. He's had them. But when he really wants to do it and do it thick, he can get the job done. And I just feel like the Miz is just that type of main eventer. And what happened at the end of the night just proves it. He did what he needed to do at the end of the night, destroying 2 parts of the Shield and 1 part Jason Jordan. So let's get to this little problem with Jason Jordan. Look, I was hoping last year they were going to do an angle with Jason Jordan. Now they have actually pulled the trigger on it. Jason Jordan is an arrogant heel. Well, maybe I should take that back. He's not heel yet. He's getting close. He's an arrogant face that's turning heel. That's the better way to say it. And I'm interested in seeing how far they're willing to go with him. Because as far as I'm concerned, if they push him to get the IC title and to go into the main title scene, it would actually work. Particularly having Kurt Angle by his side. And I did enjoy that part. Now here's something I really didn't enjoy. What did we actually see with Cedric Alexander? And look, I don't really care that much about Enzo now because they took the beautiful gimmick of him being totally by himself and just annoying the crap out of everybody to this. Now, mind you, having a little bit of Nia Jax in the mix actually makes sense. But I just don't care. Now, he gets hurt, scratched above his eye, and then possibly twists his ankle. I can understand that this is a good thing. Trying to go into it, but to be honest, I don't really care about 205 Live. There's nothing there, particularly 205 Live is after SmackDown Live. I can't watch it because I'm doing a review of it. And afterward, I don't want to watch it anyway because there's nobody there. That's really interesting. The only person that was Neville. And then they really didn't put 205 Live on the right show. They should have put it on SmackDown. Left Raw without 205 Live and put SmackDown with 205 Live. Well, not 205 Live. The Cruiserweights would have been better for SmackDown Live. Honestly, they should have been. They should have put SmackDown with the Cruiserweights. It would make better sense. They would have had more of something. But here, no. I just didn't care. You can say this about Balor Club. I don't really know if this will get over more for Finn Balor. It does feel like a downgrade for him. And I've heard people like the Lexman and about the Slick Daddy saying maybe he should go to the Cruiserweights. He would give them star power. He would give them some type of relevance. But this is just my point of view. I do agree that it would make some sense under only one premise. If 205 Live is not after SmackDown Live. As long as 205 Live is on the network after 10 o'clock, it would make no sense to put Finn Balor there. Not because I'm a big Finn Balor fan. You can stick him there. It doesn't bother me. But if you want to make that an effective use of him, I don't see it. No one is going to care about Finn Balor and 205 Live as long as it's stuck on a 10 o'clock time slot. And I'm saying this honestly. It's not that Finn Balor doesn't have star power. It's not that he doesn't have charisma and he can't go in the ring. It is because if you're going to use him to try and make 205 Live relevant, the only way to make it work is to change the time slot for 205 Live. 205 Live is in a dead time slot. It just is. Talking Smack had a better following than 205 Live would have. And they canceled Talking Smack because they wanted to have Raw talk. Which was stupid. SmackDown should have had that exclusively and Raw shouldn't have an equivalent. That's the way it should have been. But this is what you get. Overall, I noticed a lot. I could talk about the women and how the match was there. I know I can talk about what happened. Titus Worldwide beating the Bar and seeing, well, I gotta say this. Dana, my dear, I'm not trying to be very sexist, but those titties of yours, I'm sorry for any women that listen to this, they look great, they look sexy. I would love to squeeze them and tell you I love you. But in this situation, maybe you're showing just a tad too much, because those suckers almost look like they're about to pop straight out of your top, and they would have had to bleep that mess. And even though if it was able to see it on the network and say, oh damn, those are some nice boobs she's got, it doesn't make you look good. But I'm just saying it. But taking away from even that and messing the Bar up, because I got to say this about the Bar. The Bar, when it comes to these two, I like them. Seeing that Cesaro and Sheamus have actually progressed as a tag team. They actually become interesting. They actually have become substantial. And now they're going to have a Royal Rumble match. And they just jobbed to Titus Worldwide with Titus O'Neil. And I said I was going to do this. I have to do it. Look. I'm not against Titus Worldwide. I'm not against Apollo Crews. I'm not against the beautiful chested Dana Brooks that her breasts look like they were about to spill out of her shirt. And if I was standing right next to her, I would have grabbed her and kissed her and just grabbed. No disrespect. I would grab them and say, I love you. Be my wife. Let me squeeze them. And that is what I would do. But seeing the Bar lose like that just didn't make any sense. Because it makes me think that they may have a triple threat instead of just a regular tag. They're going to have a triple threat tag instead of a regular tag because Titus Worldwide just had this win. And especially that next week, I'm sure they're going to get a rematch. So it's like, look, the show was pretty good. I'm not saying it wasn't. I just do believe that they like to set us up and then they like to fail. And I'm not putting my expectations very high for Raw. SmackDown, I know how to deal with SmackDown. They don't always have very good writing, but it does make some consistency that I can accept. Here on Raw, They always seem to go over the top and then they fail at it. So this is just my point of view. You guys have a good day. Have a good night. Peace.